you. 2 games for the price of 1. The AUSL All-Star Cup here in Rosemont, Illinois, just outside the great city of Chicago. Tonight we're going to close out Series 3 with a doubleheader. Get you ready for a wild weekend. Our first game tonight is going to be Team Netz taking on Team Coffel. Well, the most important thing about AUSL All-Star Cup action is the leaderboard. Here is the top 10. It is star-studded. As per usual, the top dog, Kayla Kowalik. She's been in #1 spot for a long time now. She is already over 1,000 points, up to 1,200. Good golly, but don't sleep on Rachel Garcia. She can make up points in a hurry. Rounding out the top 4, Kaylani Ricketts and Erin Coffel. So glad you found us, folks, on a Tuesday evening with my partner, Amanda Scarborough. I am Eric Collins. And Amanda, my favorite part of all these series is the final game of the series, like we have today, because it's a big chance to move one final time before the next series.
Yeah, a big statement could be made tonight. I mean, we know Kayla Kowalik is in first place on the leaderboard right now. It seems like she's likely to stay there, like she's a lock. But the 3 other spots, I feel like, are up for grabs tonight. Rachel Garcia has been playing very well. Remember, she can pitch and hit, so gather up points in a couple of different ways. And she finds herself in second place. She likely is a lock as well, based off of where she's currently at and what she's likely to do tonight. But the last 2 spots are up for grabs with her teammate, Danica Coffey, who is the captain this series, trying to make it 2 series in a row. And then also Mariah Mazzone, who has not even played an inning, but because she's been on teams that win innings and win games, she finds herself in 6th place on the leaderboard. She'll start the game tonight in the circle. Sierra Romero, her bat has been on fire. She's in 7th place on the leaderboard right now, trying to do everything that she can to grab a captain spot, a top 4 spot on the leaderboard for the final series.
We will keep you abreast of everyone's movement up and down that leaderboard throughout the course of our 2 games tonight. Well, Team Netz, they're officially the visitor for this game today. Team Netz, they have yet to win here in Series 3. Their skipper, the captain, Devin Netz, fills out the lineup card with Morgan Zirkle on top, Sydney McKinney in the 2-hole, Tori Vidalis, Tiare Jennings. Netz places herself in the middle of the lineup as the 5-hitter. She'll be the DP. Taylor Edwards, Corey McMillan, Anissa Urtez, and Bella Dayton rounding out the lineup. That 9 will bat against Mariah Mazzone. Just a crazy story. She has not played an inning so far in the All-Star Cup, Amanda. Yet because she's been on good teams, she currently finds herself 6th on the leaderboard.
And that's how important that win points are. For every inning that you win, you get points. And, of course, winning the games. And Mariah Mazzone has been a part of winning teams. And now here she sits high on the leaderboard, a chance to start this final game of the series and get stat points that she has not gotten all season.
Totally a possibility that she could be in the top 4 with a good performance today. Starts off strong, 68-mile-an-hour steamer, called strike 1 to Morgan Zirkle. Mazzone played at Oregon State, played for the great Laura Berg as a college player, 0-2. For those of the discerning eye, you may notice that Morgan Zirkle yesterday swung at the first pitch every single time she came to the plate. She's taken 2 pitches today, and both of them have been called strikes. She can't win for losing.
You would be a great pitcher with this memory of what hitters are doing in their ABs. That's exactly what a pitcher needs to do in the circle and remember.
Morgan Zirkle playing in her 142nd consecutive professional game. Called strike 3. Strikes out without the bat leaving her shoulder.
I'm excited for Mariah Mazzone. She's probably just been dying to get out there in the circle and pitch in this All-Star Cup season. Starts her first start with a strikeout of the best home run hitter that we had in the regular season. She's going to work her drop ball. That's the pitch that she struck Zirkle out on. And will also mix in her screw, rise, and curve. But that drop ball is a pitch that she'll rely on the most, keeping it down in the zone, forcing a lot of ground ball outs to her infield.
Sydney McKinney next in line. Swung on and missed, 1-1. McKinney, former Wichita State Shocker, had a good regular season playing for the Bandits, just like Morgan Zirkle ahead of her. 5 hits and 19 at-bats here in the All-Star Cup.
Well, and because Eric Mariah hasn't pitched in a while and did pitch a ton in the regular season too, this is a newer look that is going to be presented to these hitters for Team Netz, just because they haven't hit off of her in a while compared to some other pitchers. They've been hitting off of them what feels like every other day. I think it's going to be used to her advantage today. And she's probably fresh too, feeling really good.
Team Netz 0-2. Team Coffee 1-1. After today, we'll have a full day off tomorrow. We'll conduct the draft. Another day off on Thursday, and then doubleheaders Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to conclude the AUSL All-Star Cup for 2025. Just outside.
Season is felt like a long season, but also that it's flown by all in the same breath. I mean, June, July, and August has been filled with just wonderful pro softball for probably the best summer of pro softball we've ever had in the history of our sport.
Bouncing ball backhanded by the second baseman, Romero, and Sierra can't get it to first in time. Infield single for Sydney McKinney. It's a +10 for McKinney.
And Sierra Romero had go a long way up the middle of the field for this. Goes to her backhand, but Sydney McKinney is just so quick. Romero doing everything that she possibly can, but with McKinney starting in the lefty batter's box and the speed that she has, been able to turn that into an infield single.
Here's TV Tori Vidalis. Wasn't hitting in the 3-hole. She is standard issue, dyed in the wool, Chamber of Commerce approved 3-hole hitter. Line drives everywhere with a nose for driving in runners.
Well, that works out well because it's like a Chamber of Commerce day. It's a beautiful day.
A couple of wispy clouds.
It's a little windy, something that the outfielders are going to have to deal with balls in the air and infielders alike. Anything that's a pop-up.
Hard on the ground. Romero, her plays at second, and they get the out there. 2 down. So Vidalis switches spots with McKinney at first. 2 outs for the cleanup hitter, Tiare Jennings. .70 miles per hour, just outside. It's already been a fantastic August for Tiare Jennings. She was part of Team USA. And they're over in China last week, winning the World Games. Great opportunity for her as a young player. Playing internationally for Team USA.
And talking to her the other day, you guys had her mic'd up, and you had her mic'd up earlier in the season too, and she's just such a joy to talk to. Every time that you talk to Tiare Jennings, you hear this just lightness from her big smile, the energy that brightens up an infield, brightens up a dugout, a locker room. Just such a pleasure to watch play, and what a representative of our sport, and watching her play free. And I just can't say enough good things about Tiare Jennings. It brings to AUSL and what she brings to softball in general. Having an outstanding All-Star Cup with her batting average up and her slugging percentage too. And remember, played in China with the World Games, and she was the MVP of the World Games. Had a walk-off hit against Japan and a home run in that game to get USA on the board in the first inning too. Just an intense game played between USA and Japan.
Called strike 3. Mariah Mazzone, good first inning for her. She strikes out a pair. So Team Netz, they put a 0 on the board. When we come back, Team Coffee heading to the bat rack.
Zone freezing her on a screwball low, getting Jennings.
It was a Netz 0 in their half of the first inning. Now Team Coffee is going to head to the bat rack. Team Coffee so far through the first 2 games of Series 3, 1 win, 1 loss. The captain, Team Coffee, Danica Coffee, fills out the lineup card with herself leading off, followed by Sierra Romero, who had 2 hits, 2 runs scored yesterday against Team Kowalik. Danielle Gibson-Horton on a gold. Rachel Garcia hits 4th. She'll be the DP. Mulipola, Andrews, Harding, and Briggs rounding out the lineup. And that 9, Amanda will bat against the left-hander, Taylor McQuillan.
I have a feeling she's going to come out fiery for this start, knowing Taylor McQuillan, the energy that she brings to the circle from the left-hand side. Going to be throwing to Taylor Edwards back behind the plate, who will be retiring after this season, and I'm sure she's looking forward to calling a great game from McQuillan.
First pitch of the ball game for McQuillan is called strike one. McQuillan's going to try and figure out the strike zone quickly. Her opposite number, Mariah Mazzone, got 2 strikeouts looking in the top of the first inning. So maybe a friendly pitcher's zone here in our game today.
Well, nobody's swinging today. Yesterday, I feel like I couldn't figure out what the strike zone was until about the 6th or 7th inning, because it felt like that was our first called strike of the game. Was that late in the game? Everybody was aggressive and swinging, and already here today, a lot of takes early in the count, and the pitcher's getting ahead.
Ball and 2 strikes to Coffey. Off the glove of the shortstop Ortez. It's a single for Coffey. She's aboard.
It's a great hit by Danica Coffey, because this lefty-on-lefty matchup that McQuillan presents from the left-hand side is very difficult for the left-handed hitters. Because of that curveball that she can break all the way across the plate from them, she'll throw that pitch the most, go up in the zone with her rise ball, can also go down with her drop ball, and then change speeds with that changeup. So curve, rise, drop mix for McQuillan.
Called strike one to Sierra Romero. Sierra begins the day 7th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. She's had a real good August.
Like she's been locked in, her and her sister Sydney Romero both. And the way that they've been really rangy out on defense, and the way that they've been swinging the bat, they've been playing very well in the All-Star Cup.
The elder sister, Sierra, is 7 for 19 batting. The younger sister, Sydney, is 7 for 18 batting. Almost identical numbers. They both play the same position. Both have been at second base for this All-Star Cup. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. 1 down.
Pitchers are spinning it early today and going right at these hitters. Taylor McQuillan worked from ahead and then got Sierra Romero out with this rise ball in the outside corner, moved away from her a bit too. So Sierra Romero struck out in her first at bat in yesterday's game too, and then hit a home run.
Got angry.
AB. So we'll see what happens the next AB when she comes up.
She got angry and then got even. Another strike one thrown by McQuillan. She's done that to all 3 batters now. Danielle Gibson Horton is the batter.
I feel like when Danielle Gibson Horton is on your team, you just have such an asset, not only with the way that she herself swings the bat, but the offensive mind that she brings into the dugout to share with the hitters. A hitting coach herself. She was at Arkansas, her alma mater, and then got the job at Cal recently. So she'll be making the move cross country when the season is done to go from Arkansas to California.
We were talking about Chamber of Commerce a moment ago. The Chamber of Commerce out there, Murrieta, California, is beaming. Over the last 3 minutes here in the batter's box for Team Coffey, we've had Sierra Romero and now Danielle Gibson Horton, both from Murrieta. And the entire time, the catcher, Taylor Edwards, is from Murrieta, California. My goodness, small part of the world, but a big contributor to AUSL All-Star Cup.
Oh, that's so good, Eric. Taylor McQuillan calling this curveball and getting the strikeout against Danielle Gibson Horton and getting McQuillan to chase that pitch. The 2 strikeouts that she got from Romero and Danielle, both chases out of the zone. Ball's moving.
Here's the rookie from Duke on a goal.
I've never heard of this place that Anna is from.
Ballston Spa. It's the capital region, close to Albany, right next door to Saratoga Springs. Actually, they call Ballston Spa, the locals do, the ditch, because it's down in a big valley. Instead of calling it a valley, they call it the ditch. Who knew? Second in action when we come back.
They haven't won a game yet, but they have collected a good deal of win points. They have 60 from picking up inning wins, but just kind of some big picture about this team, what they feel like they need to do a little bit differently is they have so much trust and confidence in the key parts of their pitching staff. They think they have some of the best pitchers in pro softball with Lexi Kilfoyle, Megan Framo, Taylor McQuillan, who's getting the start today. But offensively, they've got to back these arms up. Yesterday, they even out-hit Team Ricketts 8-4, but they need it to be more timely, stringing them together because the defense gives them a chance to win, but they've got to come through on this side of the ball, and the captain will get it started for them this inning.
Yes, she does. Thank you, Savannah. How about Devin Netz? That's a ringing double to begin our second inning. 20 points for Netz.
Love that. Devin Netz, the rookie, being a captain here in Series 3 and just ripping the ball after a pretty tidy inning by Masson in the first inning. Leadoff double for Netz to get things going and trying to have this timely hit now that Savannah was just talking about in her report with the runner in scoring position.
Here's Taylor Edwards, veteran catcher. 2 hits on the season, 2 for 11. Taylor has announced that she will retire from professional softball at the end of this All-Star Cup. So she has 1 week remaining. One of the most well-respected players of her generation. Down the right field line, that is foul. We've seen Taylor all over the world. 4-year player for Rhonda Revelle at Nebraska back when they were in the Big 12 and then moved to the Big 10. She was in the NPF for many years. Was a sought-after catcher overseas, played in Japan for a number of seasons, and has been a fixture here with Athletes Unlimited since its inception in 2020.
Yeah, when you talk to pitchers who have gotten the opportunity to throw to Taylor Edwards, it's the type of catcher that rave about her, the energy that she brings, her preparation, her game calling. So a lot of respect for her back behind the plate. And then, of course, being able to do it with her bat, too, within her career. Like her average maybe has been a little bit down the past couple of summers, but still what she brings as a leader and as a vet and as a backstop behind the plate is just so instrumental for any team she's on.
Swung on and missed. That's now 3 strikeouts from Mazone. That's a big out as she keeps Netz on at second.
Well, and talk about great pitch calling. Netz and Edwards both were getting down to the drop ball that Masson was giving to them in the counts. Netz had that double, and then Edwards had a couple of tough foul balls. So they went to the rise ball to be able to get her up. Great pitch call by Molipola and execution by Masson to get that strikeout.
Next in line, Corey McMillan had a nice day yesterday. Went 2 for 3 with a run batted in. Ball and 2 strikes. McMillan started her college experience at Radford, the Highlanders. That's in Virginia. And then finished off at Virginia Tech, teammates with Emma Lemley. Off the end of the bat, foul.
She hit a ton of home runs at her time in Virginia Tech, a team that is known for their home run power in the college season, and she was a large part of that. So at any given time, she has the ability to leave the ballpark with that beautiful left-handed swing that she has with just a ton of power and pop.
Can she put it in play? Mazzona struck out 3 of the first 6 batters she's faced. Off-speed pitch, and McMillan with a professional take.
Oh, such a good pitch. If you're Masson, you're thinking, that was one of the best changeups that I could throw in that situation, exactly where it needed to be. Why did you not swing at that?
3-2. Ball 4. Walks are 10 points. So 10 points for McMillan. Runners on at first and at second. Here's the shortstop, Anissa Urtez. Urtez, like Taylor Edwards, has announced that she will retire at the end of the AUSL All-Star Cup. Just like Taylor Edwards, she's been involved with Athletes Unlimited since 2020. One-time Defensive Player of the Year. And she was hit. That ball actually grazed the uniform, and so we're going to have the bases loaded. If you're hit by a pitch, it's a +8 for the batter. So we got runners on at first, second, and third with just one out.
Definitely hit her shirt. And again, because of the better approach on her drop ball and the adjustments already in the second inning, it's forcing the pitch calling of Mulipola and Masson to change to a rise ball, a pitch that she only throws 11% of the time compared to her drop ball that she throws 50% of the time. So just already some in-game adjustments being made by Team Netz, putting pressure on Masson to go to some different pitches and make those pitches in high-pressure situations with runners on.
Here's the speedy Bella Dayton. Infield's going to come in. Looks like the play's going to be at the plate. Popped up, left field line, out of play.
And especially with where the sun is right now, with runners on, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Kaylee Harding out in right field to deal with the sun. We've been seeing that all week with these kind of earlier start times at 5 instead of 7 p.m. So the runners are going to be aware of that too, that anything to right field has the potential to be missed and fall down and be able to take some extra bases. So just playing to what the conditions are giving you weather-wise. The wind is blowing toward right field as well.
Four for 18 as a batter, .222 batting average for Dayton. She has struck out 7 times. Zone would love a punch out. There it is. Called strike 3. That is the 3rd strikeout looking that Mazzone has induced.
And her 4th strikeout, first time through the order, 4th strikeout of the game. And she needed it. You said it. She needed this strikeout. Drop ball on the outside corner. She gets a great frame by Mulipola to stick that pitch to be able to get the 9-hole of Dayton to now face top of the order with bases loaded and 2 outs. Was a whole lot different and better.
Well, Morgan Zirkle struck out back in the first inning without ever taking the bat off her shoulder. This time she goes back to her old ways, swings at the first pitch, and lines it foul. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Zirkle was absolutely money in these situations during the regular season. Just had a year for the ages offensively. Hasn't quite captured that magic here in the AUSL All-Star Cup. One and 2.
There is kind of a wider strike zone out there on the outside edge, or just and Masson just barely clipping the front edge of the outside corner to these left-handed hitters that she's going at.
Super quick Zirkle. Foul right side. You got Netz on at 3rd, McMillan at 2nd, Urtez on at 1st. Zirkle batting with the bases loaded in the All-Star Cup has yet to do anything positive. It's a waste pitch. It's now 2 and 2. Oh boy. So 2 non-competitive pitches in a row means this one's got to be a strike.
A lot riding on this next pitch with the bases loaded, any win points on the line as Team Netz trying to score.
Zirkle walks with the bases loaded, and the game's first run is scored by Devin Netz and Team Netz. One 1-0 lead for Team Netz, and now Sydney McKinney will bat. Bases still loaded.
Savannah was just talking about, Team Netz offensively focused there, timely hitting, and in this inning, a couple of strikeouts with runners in scoring position, and that's not necessarily a timely hit, but a timely walk by Morgan Zirkle to be able to draw the first run of the game.
It was lead-off double by Netz, and then 2 walks sandwiched around a hit batsman. So they're not hitting Mazzone hard, but waiting her out. And now McKinney, a 2-0 count. Oh boy. 3-0. Rachel Garcia, folks, is getting loose in the bullpen for Team Coffee. Needed that one. Needs 2 more, just like that.
And take again, if I was Sydney McKinney, unless it's a pitch that's plated right over the heart of the plate, put more pressure on Mazzone.
Should get out of the inning. Romero flips it to the first baseman, Gibson Horton, and the side is retired. Good job by Mazzone to limit the damage, but a run does score. Team Netz leads Team Coffee 1-0. They scored 1 run in the top of the second. Team Coffee needs to score 2 if they want to win this inning. Score 1 to make it roll over to the third. Taylor McQuillan faced 4 in the first inning, struck out a pair.
They just did a vote for what I think a song that they're going to play later on, and it was Taylor Swift theme because of the engagement. So they just did a vote of 3 different Taylor Swift songs that fans got to vote for via some cheers, and I think they'll play the full song in the next inning. So you heard about the engagement, right?
Heck yeah, I did. Of course.
Can't miss it.
Here's Rachel Garcia. Every positive thing that Travis Kelce does, I can kind of take credit for because my mother was his kindergarten teacher. How about that?
She laid the foundation for him.
Who knew? Rachel Garcia will be followed by Deja Mulipola and then Aaliyah Andrews. He actually grew up like, I don't know, probably 500 yards away from my house. Maybe not even that. Different ages, but fly ball right center field. Calling for it and making the play is Corey McMillan. That's the first out of the second inning. Garcia is retired. Now, game 2 of our doubleheader continues tonight on ESPNU. We will see Team Ricketts against maybe a team of destiny, Team Kowalik. That's tonight, 8:30 Eastern time. If you missed it yesterday, just an incredible performance by Kayla Kowalik. She's the captain. She's got a whole bunch of points. She's been #1 on the leaderboard for a couple of weeks now. In the first inning, she fouled the ball off her shin and was in obvious pain, was down for a couple of minutes, got up, dusted herself off, 2 pitches later hit a homer. She's the catcher behind the plate numerous times. She was felled with foul tips yesterday, but gutted through it, and her team won a 1-run game, 7-6. Just a great, great individual performance by Kayla Kowalik. Deja Mulipola, line drive to right field, 1-out single for Deja.
Yeah, I mean, the grit that Kayla Kowalik showed last night was impressive, or Natasha Watley's word, iconic, with what she went through, fouling this ball off of her front shin off of Sarah Willis, and then Sarah Willis tried to go back to that drop ball inside, and Kayla Kowalik went down and got it hit off of the foul pole for that solo home run, and she limped around the base pass, get her team on the board, and they scored early, and the other team kind of came crawling back. That was Team Coffee, and they had a 1-run win.
We were wondering, is there any chance that Kowalik was going to be able to play today? The lineup card took a while to be submitted, but yep, she's playing. So we have that to look forward to later on the night. Aaliyah Andrews pops it up right behind home plate. Edwards makes the play. 2 down.
I mean, but the season that she's been putting together is just been something to be in awe about, really. I mean, even before she had that iconic moment, the season that she's been putting together with these games and her offensive approach and her leadership and everything coming together for Kayla Kowalik in this All-Star Cup season. It's why she's in first place and everybody's trying to catch her.
Here's Kaylee Harding. Shout out to her college head coach, Lonnie Alameda. I know she's watching. She watches everything. Urtez goes down to one knee to field that hard smash, and the side is retired. So it's an inning win for Team Netz. Everyone on their club gives it +20. It's the third inning. Team Netz, Team Coffel. Team Netz is going to bat. They have the first 20 points. They won the first and the second inning by scoring just that one run in the second. This inning, we're going to talk to the second baseman for Team Coffel, Sierra Romero, the pride, one of the many prides of Murrieta, California. Good golly, there's a whole bunch of players this year from her particular hometown in SoCal. She's widely considered to be the greatest player in the history of the Big Ten, if widely is me. If you ask me, no doubt about it. Played at Michigan and set just incredible numbers when she was there. And Sierra, how you doing? Can you hear us at second base?
Yep, I can hear you guys. I'm good. How are you?
Hey, great. Just curious. We always talk about first basemen and right fielders with the sun in their eyes. It looks like you got the sun in your eyes pretty bad too. Is it difficult right now?
I haven't gotten one in the sun just yet, knock on wood, but it is always a little bit tough, but we work on it. So, you know, we try to have good fundamentals whenever it does happen, but I got the glasses on, I got my gloves, so I'll do whatever I can to catch it. Good pitch.
Sierra, you just seem to be playing really free during this All-Star Cup season. How has it felt to you, and what do you feel like has been just feeling really good?
I think just kind of simplifying the game a little bit. Like when I'm here, I don't ever know stats. I don't know leaderboard stuff. My girlfriend knows all that. I don't care about any of that. It's just like when I'm in season. When I'm in season, I just don't want to know those things because they don't matter if I feel good. You know, the numbers on the paper don't matter to me. So for me, it's just been trying to keep that mentality. But also just my body feels pretty good. You know, I was having some back tightness, but got that figured out. And it's just been nice to be able to play freely in that way, like without all the aches and pains.
Tori Vidalis is the batter. Tori hits it foul. Sierra, we were talking in the booth yesterday. Your very first at bat of yesterday's game, you struck out against Alicia Ocasio. It looked like it really burned you. You came back and hit a huge home run next time up, got a single time after that. When you strike out, does it add fuel to the fire for your next at bat and the rest of the game, or is it one of those things where you just kind of forget about it and every bat's its own thing?
It's one of those things where, oh, that's a strike. It's one of those things where it's like, I know better. Like, I don't chase that pitch, and when I do, that's just me being a little bit too overly aggressive, and so I just knew what I needed to fix. And the biggest thing for me is, like you said, not carrying that aggressiveness into the next at-bat, because I'll do the same thing. So when I'm being stubborn.
Tori Vidalis hits this one well to left field, and it leaves the ballpark. That ball just kept going and going and going. It's home run number 2 for Tori Vidalis, and the lead is 2-0 for Team Netz.
Sure feels good for Team Netz just to stir up some offense early in this game, get some runs on the board, support their pitchers and defense. A full count screwball that Masson throws Tori, and she doesn't get all of it, but gets a lot of it because that home run just barely stuck over that left field wall. 72 miles an hour off of her bat, more of a line drive. Kind of looked like Briggs out there was going to have a chance to get it up against the wall, but just out of her reach and over that fence.
Sierra, interested in your perspective, obviously on different teams right now, but many times in years past, you played with Tori Vidalis. Your thoughts on Tori as a hitter?
Oh, she hits. Hitters hit. She is always somebody you have to be careful with. You can't take an at-bat off with her. She can touch anything on the plate, doesn't matter where it is, in the strike zone, out of the strike zone. So you have to give her props because she will find a barrel if she needs to. Doesn't have to be a strike all the time. Yeah, right. Good, babe.
The zone throws out Jennings for the first out here in our third inning.
Jump.
Sierra, what will the offseason be like for you? I mean, I can't believe it, but season's winding down. We have our last game on Sunday, and then what are you doing this fall, winter?
So the big thing for me, right when I get back, is I will take time off, but it's funny because I can't take too much time off. I definitely will not stop working out. I'm going to at least work out, because the second I'm a little bit too still, a little too stagnant, that's when things do start to hurt. So I will be working out no matter what, but I won't touch a softball and do softball activity till after the new year, just because the off season is so long. And then right when I get home, you know, just kind of enjoy Florida and also work on my app, the 32 approach, and just continue to grow that app and get it in front of people just so they know that it's available and that they should take advantage of it. Yeah, right.
Just curious if there's anything particular in the water out there in Murrieta, California. I noticed that you're from Murrieta. Obviously, your sister is. The woman next to you at first base, Danielle Gibson Horton, hometown of Murrieta, California. In the on-deck circle, Taylor Edwards, Murrieta, California. What's it like growing up in that part of the world that produces so many wonderful players?
It must be like a California thing, specifically SoCal, but it's so cool. It's so fun to see everybody that I even grew up playing with. Like you said, Taylor, and I also grew up playing with Tatum too, but I literally was in high school with them. You know, our high school team was really good when we were in school, and it was cool to see them in high school, play against them in the Big Ten, and then now pro. Good, yeah!
Look at that play. On a goal, looking like a Gold Glover. 2 down.
Hey, Sierra, what did you see on that play?
Well, so I have no shot at that, and if I do get it, there's no way I'm going to make that play. But if you saw her jump was amazing, and her angle to the ball there was good. So when I started saying yeah, it was me like, I'm like, oh, she's got it. Like, because the angle to that ball was perfect. If she tries to cut that off, she doesn't have a chance.
How old were you when you first met Taylor and her sister Tatum Edwards?
I think that was my freshman year, I think, was when I first met them. Actually, I definitely played against them before that in travel ball, but I don't know that I knew them. I don't recall knowing them other than the travel ball world. So high school was really when I first got to meet them and develop that friendship with them my freshman year.
Sierra, there's 2 outs here, so one pitch can end this very quickly, but with you and Sydney being on a Topps card together, what is it like to be on a Topps card and see your face on there?
I had no idea. How do I get one? Watch you!
2-out single for Taylor Edwards. Well, the people at home are actually going to get a look at your card before you do. We're putting it up on the screen right now. It's a 2-shot, you and your sister, Sydney. And it looks great. It looks great. You're wearing your black and gold uniform. She's wearing an orange uniform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it was from when you guys hit home runs in back-to-back innings the other day.
Recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a All-Star Cup uniform that's on, but side by side.
McMillan gets herself a base hit.
I almost came up and threw you out. You said don't throw. No, that's really cool. If anybody wants to get me one of those cards,
we'll make sure we do.
AUSL, you guys want to give me some? That would be great. But that's just so cool. Like, to be on a Topps card with my sister. Definitely gonna make sure I have one of those. But those are just little things in all of this that make it, even more special, because I get to do that with my family, my sister, and to have that and travel and play pro with her is really fun.
No, I always enjoy watching you play and talking to you. We've got a pitching change, so we're going to say goodbye.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sierra. So Mariah Mazzone is going to leave. She's replaced by Rachel Garcia. A lot to talk about with Rachel when we come back to Rosemont, Illinois. Rachel Garcia has been one of the best players in this year's AUSL All-Star Cup.
Yeah, she has. I mean, that ERA is are those numbers right? Do we put the decimal in the right spot? But 3 wins, 3 scoreless appearances, and 4 outings. She's been named MVP 1 a couple of times and MVP 2. I mean, she just has been so dominant. I feel like she's been at the top of her game this summer, especially in the circle. I mean, what we've seen from her has just been electric. A rise ball up in the zone at 71, 72. This drop ball that's been an off-speed pitch for her that's been so consistent, reliable.
Right back to Rachel. Her plays at first. And that'll do it for the inning. She was looking around, like, what's that? You made the right decision, Rachel. Side is retired, but another run scores for Team Netz. A ton of responsibility being a captain. First-time captain, sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do, but I think Danica Coffey's done a really good job. She began the series third on the leaderboard. She's dropped 2 spots, but still nothing to be ashamed of. Sitting in the 5 spot on the leaderboard. We're going to see Coffey hitting second here in our third inning. Sierra Briggs leads things off. It'll be Briggs, Coffey, and then Sierra Romero. Yeah, one of the things that's been a hallmark of Team Coffey this week is, yeah, they've fallen behind, but they don't give up. They were down 7-0 early in the game yesterday, and they came all the way back to the precipice. It was 7-6 before they finally ran out of innings.
I couldn't believe that because Team Kowalik scored 7 runs in the first 2 innings, and it just looked like they were going to run away with it. And Rachel Garcia entered the game. Sierra Romero hit a home run, and it was just like, enough. That's enough of that. We're going to get back into this game.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Briggs.
So we'll see if the same thing happens in this game. Rachel Garcia enters in, threw to 1 batter, just like she did yesterday, got out of the inning. That was a strikeout. And it was in the second at bat that Sierra Romero hit her home run after a strikeout.
Gonna have to be quick. Ortez gets it across the diamond. Out number 1. Let's check back in with Savannah.
Well, we heard from Danica Coffey coming out of the break about that experience of being a captain and what makes a great one. And we've talked a lot about it this series, of how it gives you the opportunity to decide your own destiny in a game. And it's been neat to see her put herself at third base throughout this series with the Volts. Sometimes she was the designated player, a pinch hitter, right fielder, second baseman. But she said she feels like she's finally back to her true position. It's the one she has the most reps at and is comfortable from playing in college. And then here in the batting order, she put herself in the 1 spot too, having that confidence to lead off, and here she is as this game is rolling around to be back in the batter's box. So it's really been up to her, and it's been neat to see where she places herself in that captain role.
Made a great decision back in the first inning. She got a single, but was stranded at first base as McQuillan found her stride. It's a good swing right back to the screen. 2-1.
And when you're a leadoff hitter, being a leadoff hitter is like a badge of honor. I mean, it's a big deal to be the one that sets the tone, and you know that your team goes how you go. And when you have that experience all through college, you're very comfortable in that position. You thrive. You like the competitiveness of what it means to be a leadoff hitter. It's kind of like an identity, like a pitcher or a shortstop. Like being a leadoff hitter is an identity as a softball player in itself.
3-1. Another base hit. Look at Coffey. 2 for 2. Plus 20 statistically for Danica Coffey.
Keeps her feet still and swings away. She can also slap, lay down a drag, but decides to keep her feet still and swing away with a little bit of extra pop. Started to do that more in her senior year, and continuing that on as a pro.
Well, yesterday, Sierra Romero struck out in the first inning. In the third inning, she hit a 2-run home run with Danica Coffey in front of her. Today, she struck out in the first inning. She's got Danica Coffey on at first base in front of her. And just like yesterday, there is 1 out when Sierra Romero's batting.
And Rachel Garcia came in for 1 batter.
Oh, my goodness.
Key for her is going to be not chasing that rise ball. It was the pitch that she struck out on against Ocasio, chasing that pitch out of the zone, and also chased it against McQuillan in her first at bat. So she's going to need to let that pitch go and see something down.
During the regular season, really good. 288 batting average, take that. OPS 738, yeah, fine. But All-Star Cup, totally different. She has stepped it up and then some.
It's been that little bit of extra power, some extra base hits, a couple of home runs that will help get that slugging percentage part of the OPS up. And, you know, she did mention to us when we were talking to her at second base on defense that she had some back tightness, stiffness, and that can help with that rotational piece of power in your swing if you're feeling healthy.
2-2. 10 points are on the line. Team Netz scored 1 run, top of this 3rd inning. Popped up, will it be playable? Nope. This is now game 5 of Series 3. In this entire series, we've not seen one stolen base attempt. It's another way you can earn points. It's +10 for every successful steal. It is -10 if you're caught. Two and two. Driven, right field, going back on it. Harding makes the play. Tagging up, going first to second is Coffel, so she's now in scoring position, but there are 2 outs. Romero hit it hard, but it hung in the air long enough for the catch to be made. Well, here are just some of our Labor Day weekend college football games. We start Thursday at ESPN. Number 25, Boise State and USF, followed by Nebraska and Cincinnati. Deion Sanders in Colorado going to host Georgia Tech Friday night. And what about this ABC triple header we have for you on Saturday? Capped off with 9th-ranked LSU and 4th-ranked Clemson. Early season ACC, SEC battle.
Well, you know, all these LSU girls on Team Coffee are going to be watching that LSU at Clemson game prime time on Saturday night. That's a big one. It's at Death Valley, but we don't know where it's
That's right. The 2 Death Valleys in Division I football, Clemson and in Baton Rouge. I did some research. The original term Death Valley came from a game at Clemson. And I think, as the legend has it, LSU beat Clemson a number of years later and said, well, we're the real Death Valley if you can't beat us. So the LSU Death Valley, from what I read, is actually a direct offshoot from Clemson's.
I wonder if the players even know anything about that. I'd be curious. Like, do they know that? That adds some extra intrigue to me.
If I'm Davos, yeah, heck yeah, that's a story to tell them. We're the original Death Valley. Let's win because of it. Deep drive, gone! Oh my! What a blast! Danielle Gibson Horton ties the game at 2. And just like that, it's an inning win for Team Coffee as well. +10 for everyone on Team Coffee and a +40 for Gibson Horton for the homer.
That is way too close for an 0-2 pitch. That is a pitcher's count. That zone should be more expanded than that, especially against a hitter like Danielle Gibson Horton, who is just thankful for an 0-2 count pitch over the plate, just unleashes on it. That went a long way, hit the very top of the stands up in the corner.
So we were just a batter off.
I know.
We're talking about Rachel Garcia, then the home run when she comes in. It didn't happen with Tierra Romero, but it happens with Danielle Gibson Horton.
And scores Danica Coffey. Same inning, too.
Here's Anna Gold. Flew out to center against McQuillan back in the 1st inning. Way out in front. That's a beautiful change of 49 miles per hour.
I know she's kicking herself about the location of that pitch. Had a chance to get out of this inning and has been throwing really well. She's had runners on in every inning, but been able to work out of it and had a chance to do so there too. She got in that 0-2 count, 1 pitch away from 3 scoreless innings from McQuillan. Just a mistake of a pitch.
I bet in her entire career, you can probably count on one hand how many times she's given up a 0-2 home run. That's a rare thing for a great pitcher like McQuillan to take your foot off the gas. 0-2. There's a foul ball. Let's check in with Savannah.
Danielle, last time up, you went down swinging. This time up, home run over the right field wall. What was the adjustment? What changed?
Well, my adjustment was to be aggressive, and then I go down 0-2, and I just wanted to make sure that I had a good fight. And so really to be aggressive and to trust my swing.
To be able to put your team back in this game, how clutch is that right now as you're battling for these win points on the final day?
Well, I think every win point at this stretch of the season is crucial. And so I love this group, and I want to give them as many points as I can. So
Tie ball game. Thanks, Gibby.
yeah, thank you.
McQuillan bounces back to strikeout gold, but the damage is done. One swing of the bat by Danielle Gibson Horton, and we've got a tie game at 2.
Well, it's her first home run of the All-Star Cup season. Danielle Gibson Horton, this beautiful lefty swing. We've raved about this in her entire career. She talks about doing it for her teammates, but you know, retiring after this summer, that home run feels good. Ties up this game.
We've made it to inning number 4. It's a 2-2 tie. Team Coffee getting that 2-out, 2-run home run by Danielle Gibson Horton to tie this ball game and steal an inning win away from Team Netz. And in a bit of a surprise, how about this? Look who's going to be in the circle again. Mariah Mazzone, who began the game as the starting pitcher, through the first 2 2/3, was lifted for Rachel Garcia. Garcia gets it out, and now Mazzone comes back in.
Had 4 strikeouts first time through, gave up a run in the second, and then that home run in the third, but 4 strikeouts for Mazzone in her start, and now she will enter into relief. So, do we word it like
Yeah, I guess. So, it's probably an unanswerable question, but I wonder if this was the plan all the way along, or maybe did Mariah talk herself back into this game? Remember, there aren't traditional head coaches here at the AUSL All-Star Cup. It's just team captains working in conjunction with facilitators, but the captains make the decisions. So that would be an interesting conversation, or a strategy at least, for Danica Coffey, who is a true rookie, to be making this intricate of a move, taking Mazzone out, putting Garcia in for just 1 batter, and then putting Mazzone back in.
She has struck out Dayton and Zirkle on deck, so maybe coming in to face a couple of hitters that she struck out, but I don't know. I would love to ask Danica Coffey what's happening here. And Sarah Willis warming up in the bullpen too.
Well, Garcia's not been burned. Garcia's the DP, so she can come back in and pitch. Three balls and a strike. Bella Dayton, Morgan Zirkle, Sydney McKinney. 4 batters here in the 4th inning. Line drive, base hit to left field for Dayton.
It's a great adjustment by Bella Dayton. Struck out on a drop ball out in her first at bat, and then second AB faces Mazzone again and looks for that pitch down and out. Look at her get her barrel down to that pitch. That pitch actually was supposed to be in. You saw Mulipola setting up on the inside corner. It bled back out over the plate, and Dayton takes advantage of the mistake.
3rd straight inning with a leadoff base runner aboard. It's actually the first time it wasn't an extra base hit. Team Netz had a double in the 2nd inning, a homer to lead off the 3rd inning, and now the single by Dayton to lead off the 4th. Here's Morgan Zirkle. She's always had that wide stance at the plate. Offers at it. 0-2. Zirkle from Milton, West Virginia. Beautiful part of the world. Milton is hard along the Mud River. Not a lot of great players over the years have come out of West Virginia, but Zirkle definitely qualifies. Off the end of the bat. Oh my goodness, it finds a home. How did that ball land on some green? It's like she swung with a rolled up copy of a Chicago Tribune. That ball was not hit hard at all, but it's a base hit.
on a goal can cover so much ground. She just has a ton of range because of the angles and reads that she gets. Just out of her reach, though.
Hey, let's check in with Savannah.
Well, Eric, you asked, was this intentional to put Mariah Masson back in? Yes, I talked to Team Coffee facilitator Mia Davidson. This was the plan. They're looking for some specific matchups between Mariah and Rachel Garcia. Because Rachel is in that designator player role, it's not a substitution. It's just a positional switch. So they could technically do this as many times as they wanted to throughout the game if they're moving Rachel back and forth into the circle. And right on cue, here she comes out of the dugout.
Oh, what a wonderful resource. Thank you, Savannah. That's great stuff. Yeah, you saw Mia Davidson. You may be familiar with her as a power hitting Mississippi State Bulldog, but she's really growing into this role. You can tell she understands the game of softball at a different level. This is really cool what they're trying to do here.
Yeah, it is. And clearly wanting Masson to face the lefties of Dayton, Circle, and McKinney. And now bringing Garcia in to face Tori Vidalis. A few righties that are coming up in a row.
My only quibble with this, if you're going to come in and out, I don't understand why Garcia would get warm tosses. If they're going to say she's already in the game, per se, because she's the DP and can come in and out, I just don't understand why they're treating as if this is a relief appearance and she's entering in the game and getting her tosses.
We're really going deep into the rules.
Yeah, if I was hardcore, I'd be like, okay, do this as much as you want, but you can't warm up every time.
Right. And also, you don't see a bunt fielder's choice very often at third base like that. That was a great play by Molly Pola, and heads up, good communication to know that they could get the out at third base and prevent them from advancing an extra 60 feet and waste that out.
Okay, so Tori Vidalis, it's clear that no one wanted Masson to face Vidalis again. Vidalis hit the home run against Masson a moment ago. So this will be Garcia against Vidalis. Called strike one. Second homer of the All-Star Cup for Vidalis.
Got to be careful when you go inside to Tori Vidalis because of that pull side power. It seems like when she hits a home run, it's going to be over that left field wall. I have several on repeat in my pitcher brain right now of where they were, where the pitch location was, and how far they went, although that last one just barely snuck over.
Two and one.
Rachel Garcia, this All-Star Cup has .34 ERA, so that's what Tori Vidalis is going up against. Confidence in the box, though, going up against her, knowing that she just hit a home run off of Masson, her last AB. That will give you confidence your next at-bat that you have after that, going up against anybody, even somebody as good as Rachel Garcia.
Swung on and missed. Garcia strikes out Vidalis.
And really, Eric, I think that the difference in Rachel Garcia this summer with how she just seems like she's pitching at the top of her game has been this rise ball, just break hard up at 70, 71, and her down movement with the drop, being able to vertically break the plane with her rise and her drop ball. I mentioned this before, but that drop ball and off-speed pitch that she's just had such good command of, and just makes all of her other pitches look that much better with the mix, the movement, the velocity, everything going right for Rachel Garcia in the circle this summer.
Dating back to last night, Garcia's now retired 13 in a row. Tiare Jennings, 0 for 2.
It's an interesting matchup here with our USA battery. Molly Pola and Garcia and Jennings at the plate, just teammates at the World Games, and everybody playing well, with Tiare just having a great World Games. Again, was the MVP in China, and Rachel Garcia throwing so well right now. Fell behind 3-0, but this is an interesting matchup always.
Rachel was not happy with that last call.
.72. So I think she's a little bit mad about that last call. Rearing up, backdoor curveball, catches the inside corner. First strike to try to get back in it.
Oh, benefited out, 3-2.
Tough pitch to deal with. Backdoor curveball that was the same pitch as the strike one call on the at-bat, but just didn't get as much back over the plate, but Garcia gets the call.
High pop-up, shallow center field. Aaliyah Andrews makes the play. Garcia has now retired 14 in a row. She is at the top of her game. It must be really cool to be great at two things, being great as a mom, being great as a softball player. Really cool. Well, we're going to find out about it because we're going to talk to Danielle Gibson-Horton. This is our Sephora chair chat. We are tied at 2 because of number 5. Danielle, you had a 2-run home run an inning ago. Congratulations. I'm telling you, you took a year off. You've been fantastic from soup to nuts during the regular season. And now, how are you feeling right now ending this All-Star Cup?
Just really grateful to be here. I'm trying to keep the perspective of the excitement of my new chapter coming ahead, but still being present here and enjoying the time that I have with these girls and playing the sport. But I'm really grateful.
Danielle, how difficult of a decision was it for you to make to retire, and what led to that decision?
You know, I had no intentions of this year being done, and I'm not going to lie, I still feel like a little sad about it, but I also feel really at peace. And Whit changes my perspective on everything, and just being present for him, and also just coaching and my passion for that, and wanting to pursue that a little bit more and a little bit more in depth, climbing the ladder a little bit when it comes to just responsibility and investment in this younger generation. And but it was really hard. It was really hard for sure.
I'm just curious. I've watched you for a number of years and just always remarked at how pretty your swing is.
Thank
Is that
you.
something that just was natural to you, or is that just the result of so many swings over the years that it ends up looking like the final product?
A lot of swings over the years. A lot of swings over the years. I think about all the times with my parents in cages and the endless hitting clinics and hitting lessons that my mom took me to, and her all saying sit and drive and all the cues. A lot of swings in the cages over the years, for sure.
What were you thinking about when you were hitting this home run? What did it feel like coming off your bat?
Really good. I feel like I haven't hit the ball that far in a while, and so I was just like, I just want to swing for the fences and let it happen as it does. And so it felt good. I have tremendous respect for Taylor and what she's doing, especially today. She's pitching the ball really well, so I was excited to get that swing off.
And just curious, I asked the same question to Sierra Romero, who has Murrieta, California, listed as her hometown. Your neck of the woods. What's special about where you grew up? Why are there so many wonderful players from Murrieta?
We got the Edwards, we got the Romeros, myself. I mean, I even played with a ton of people in college at Arkansas from the Murrieta-Temecula area. I think that there's just Dave Mercado's down there. You have some big-time travel ball coaches and developers down there, and we're finally seeing that area reap the benefits of that. So I'm excited. I'll put Murrieta up on the map any day.
Hey, when you look back, not just to this season, but I don't know, from your entire softball career, what are a couple of your just favorite memories that would pop up? I'm not going to pin you down for one, because I always feel like that's really hard when somebody asks that, but what are some of your top memories?
Medaling in this league for sure is a top one. I think that year challenged me a lot when it came to starting my coaching career and trying to develop as much as I could as a professional hitter, and a lot of hours spent in the cages, a lot of hours spent with Tony Baldwin and just listening and learning from him when I was at Georgia, helping them. And so that year in general and medaling that was really special. And I'll say, I think I have to say the home run cycle. You know, I feel like it's, I have to say that. I do really appreciate that. I don't want to overlook that. It was a really cool experience to be a part of and to be the one. And then winning the SEC tournament my senior year and showering Coach Deifel with Gatorade and seeing the reactions of the team and doing that for the program and being a history marker for that program. I'll always be a Razorback, and I'm forever indebted for Arkansas and what they've done for me and my family.
Well, congratulations on moving on, the job coaching, obviously continuing being a fantastic mom. But I do want to kind of give a shout out. You're talking about the difficulties of trying to be good at so many different things. You've been playing a lot over the years with Morgan Zirkle, who somehow is able to still be able to be a high-level player and be the head coach at Marshall. It's remarkable, really, when you think about it.
Tremendous respect for Zirk. I don't know how she does it. I feel overwhelmed as an assistant trying to train and to do all the things. And something about Zirk, she continues to evolve, and it is so special to watch. And she's such a great teammate, such a great leader. Just provides so much perspective to the youth and to the youth in this league specifically. I can't wait to see her career continue over the years because she's got a lot of left in the tank and tremendous human. I'm glad to call her my friend.
Danielle, thank you so much for your time. It's been a joy watching you play, and we look forward to you closing this out over the weekend.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
What a play by Bella Dayton. Sliding close to the infield dirt to take a hit away from Aaliyah Andrews. 2 down.
And with that ball in the air and how the wind is blowing, this ball is going to continue to move further and further away from Dayton. You saw the angle that she was running at toward that ball. That's pretty much the angle that the wind is blowing at too, as she tried to track that down for an important second out.
That's got to be a kick in the pants for Aaliyah Andrews. For years, she's been taking away hits from batters with her dives in the outfield, and now it happens to her with Bella Dayton. I've been so impressed with Dayton's play in the outfield dating back to the regular season. We've got an inning win on the line. If Team Coffee can score just one run here in the bottom of the 4th inning, it would be 10 points for everyone on Team Coffee. But there are 2 outs. Kaylee Harding, first time up, hit into a fielder's choice.
She's still looking for her first hit of the All-Star Cup.
Yeah, Harding's interesting. She's had some of the most professional, longest at-bats in terms of fouling off 6, 7, 8 pitches, seeing 12 pitches sometimes during an AB. But doesn't have a hit so far in the All-Star Cup. I don't think we talk enough about how hard it is to get a hit with these wonderful fielders at every position. Home plate umpire Robbie Guest is just confirming the count.
It's 2-1 on the scoreboard.
But he's got 2 fingers up on both hands, so it's 2-2.
Yeah. A couple of times I think that scoreboard has been a little bit off. It's really important. The players really look to that. Still 2-1.
And the strikeout, McQuillan punches out Harding. Side is retired. So nobody wins the 4th inning. That means the 5th inning will be worth 20 points for whoever wins it.
Leave after a couple of years knowing how to do, and the food. All of them talked about how when LSU makes regionals, they have a big crawfish boil before you head to that playoff spot. So it's so neat to them to talk about the culture of Louisiana. Whether you're from there or played there for years, it's something that sticks with you from being a Tiger.
Thank you, Savannah. First ball swinging. This is Devin Netz deep down the left field line. It's off the wall. Extra bases for Netz. That's her 2nd double of the game, a +20 for the captain of Team Netz.
It's been on fire. And it's so hard to hit a home run to that left side with how the wind is blowing. We saw Tori Vidalis barely sneak one over, and Devin Netz thought that she got this one. It's registering as 220 feet on the TrackMan, which is 210 feet to the left field wall. So it tells you just how hard that wind is blowing and knock it down and just out of the reach of Briggs, who the wind gave her a chance to make a play on that ball.
Snaps a streak of 14 in a row, retired by Rachel Garcia. Now Garcia has kind of painted herself into a corner. Runner on at 2nd. Nobody out. 2-2 tie. This inning is worth 20 points. Taylor Edwards, veteran catcher. And Edwards got a good count, 2-0.
Backdoor curveball inside to a right-handed hitter is always a pitch that Rachel Garcia wants. About a ball and a half off the plate, looking to get that call. She can just put that pitch there consistently, time and time again, and really relies on the umpire to say, okay, what am I going to get in this inning? What am I going to get in this game? What umpire is back behind the plate? Because she just is so good at throwing off the edges and almost baiting the umpire to call that pitch a strike.
Amanda, what is Rachel Garcia talking about to her catcher Deja Mulipola here?
I think what to throw for a strike to get back into the count. And hey, if we're going to throw that backdoor curveball again, I'm going to do this with it, or I can throw this pitch for a strike. Just pitch calling in this situation with a runner at second, falling behind in a 3-0 count, and trying to figure out how to get out of this jam that she has early in this inning.
Four-pitch walk. +10 for Taylor Edwards on the walk. Runners at first and second, nobody out. The all-new ESPN app is the best way to watch sports, all of ESPN, all in one place with live games, live stats. Plus, you can track your fantasy teams and personalize with your favorite leagues, teams, and players. Yeah, what an important moment it is for Corey McMillan, and she may be up for it. She has been on base 4 times in the last 2 games, including twice today. That was kind of a half-hearted bunt. She definitely was not totally invested in that bunt.
And what that did was help out Rachel Garcia. Unfortunately, I know it's a little bit laughy, jokey, but if you're Rachel Garcia, you're saying thank you. Through 4 balls in a row, that would have been 5 balls in a row on a pitch that was nowhere near the zone. And that one pitch can help her get back into it. Just like that. One pitch, Eric, in an inning for a pitcher, it can make all the difference in the complexity of the entire game. And so it just looked like, oh yeah, bunt attempt missed by McMillan. Rachel Garcia was saying, thank you, I needed that.
Mulipola trying to frame it. 1-2. McMillan, coming into yesterday's game, was 0 for 2, but she went 2 for 3 yesterday. She's 1 for 1 today with a walk, so seeing the ball well.
Seager just struggling to find the strike zone in this inning.
Now this is a problem area for Team Netz. Can they do it against Rachel Garcia? Oh my.
How important this is for Rachel Garcia and her race to the top of the leaderboard. Currently sits in the top 4. She's currently in 2nd place and trying to catch Kayla Kowalik, just trying to stay in this game, not give up earned runs, trying to win innings. All these 10-point opportunities and trying to avoid the negative points for giving up an earned run will play a factor in her trying to catch Kayla Kowalik, who already has 1,200 points.
We'll see Kayla Kowalik and Team Kowalik later tonight. Difference of 254 points, which you think is a lot, but on 7 different occasions in Rachel Garcia's career, she has had 272-point games. So she is capable of explosions. That's fair ball. Actually bounced once in foul territory and then jumped back left of the line, and all over it, Danielle Gibson-Horton. It actually is the same thing as a sacrifice punt, but there's no points for grounding out. Runners on at 2nd and 3rd.
Good job by McMillan to make something of that at bat. Hit it on the right side, hit it behind the runners to still advance them. But that point total and what Rachel Garcia can do and how many times she's done it is why she's a threat to Kayla Kowalik at the top.
The all-time record holder for points in a game is Rachel Garcia, 298. She's had 1 298 game. She's had 1 290 game. She's had a 284, 278, 274, 2 272s. Anissa Urtez in trouble. Down in the count 0-2.
Well, and she's won the shortened AUX season that we've had in the past summer, so she knows what it takes to win. She has been a champion, but it has not been this All-Star Cup season or the championship format that is a longer season, more games. So trying to get another notch on her belt, Rachel Garcia. I mean, she's done just about everything that you can do in her softball career.
Infielders, particularly on the right side, really worried about the sun right now. Garcia would love a strikeout. Lined into right field. Catch is made by Harding. The tag. Here comes Netz. She scores. And Team Netz back on top of Team Coffee 3-2. What a job by Anissa Urtez. With 2 strikes, able to hit the ball well enough to right field to score a run.
And definitely just a productive at bat. That pitch supposed to be in, and that would have been the difference between Urtez being able to lift that pitch out to the right side, and probably if it was inside, getting jammed up and hitting to the left side more weakly and not being able to drive it to the outfield. But a missed spot again there by Garcia with a rise.
Here's Bella Dayton, her first look at Garcia. Dayton singled her last time up. Garcia able to get it to first in time to retire Dayton, and the side is retired. But a run does score for Team Netz. They lead 3-2. Bottom of the 5th when we come back. It is the bottom of the 5th inning, starting to get a little bit late here in Rosemont, Illinois. It's a 1-run game. Team Netz on top of Team Coffee by a score of 3-2. Team Coffee will have to get a run to avoid giving up 20 in inning points to Team Netz. The 4th inning was a rollover, and already here in the 5th, Team Netz has scored 1. And being tasked to try and keep Team Coffee down is Lexi Kilfoyle coming out of the pen.
And Lexi Kilfoyle very comfortable coming out of the bullpen and into the later innings in close games. She did that a lot in the regular season with the Bandits. They used her in that type of way.
So Kilfoyle will face a pinch hitter to begin our 5th inning. Bree Ellis is going to be asked to come to the plate. That decision was made by the captain for Team Netz, Devin Netz. We're going to get a chance to talk to Devin. This is our Sephora chair chat with the captain for Team Netz. Hey, Devin, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine, but not nearly as good as you. You're hotter than a pepper sprout. 2 for 2, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored. You look really good in the batter's box.
Thank you, thank you.
What was your strategy against one of the best pitchers in the world an inning ago, hitting against Rachel Garcia?
You know, quite honestly, she's honestly developed a really good off-speed drop, if that makes sense. So if anything, you're going to see every single pitch from her, all different kinds of zones, you know. So for me, I just thought I've seen the ball up a little bit. I know I have more of like a flat barrel swing. So if I saw the ball up and inside, I was just kind of go for it and see what happens. And that's exactly what happened, so.
Yeah, you got exactly that. Was this the plan all along to bring Lexi Kilfoyle in, or was this more of a spontaneous move, or what went into it?
No, this was definitely what I wanted, and this is definitely how I drafted this team. I wanted more of like that look from Taylor, more of like the spinny look, and then I wanted, you know, especially with the blue zone today is definitely more favoring Lexi Kilfoyle. So if anything, I wanted to use both of them, but also know that they really complement each other.
Kilfoyle, count of 3-2. Ellis, big opportunity here. Swung on and missed. That is the first out.
Savannah talked about your guys' mentality at the plate offensively to have a little bit more maybe timely hitting at the plate. How do you feel like that has gone in your offensive approach overall as a team?
You know, I think our first day, our pitching wasn't so great, and I think we all came together and we realized that. And then the second and third game, like today, we kind of thought, you know what, we just need to put together timely hits, like you said, and that's exactly what we're going into with this game, that kind of headspace.
Just curious, you can do whatever you want with your lineup. We haven't seen you pitch so far this series.
You know, yes, I realize that, but I think if anything, I'm taking more of the selfless approach, and quite honestly, it's working for us right now, and I think we're very level-headed right now, and I'm really proud of my pitching staff, and especially just the lineup that we have, just kind of lifting me up as well, and just kind of always being there for me and letting me, you know, be a DP in this situation.
Well, you're doing just fine with the bat in your hands. Talked about those doubles earlier today. So congratulations. Keep on keeping on. And Devin, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
She's been really fun to get to know a little bit throughout the course of the regular season and now this All-Star Cup. She's a fixture. She is really good in 2 disciplines at a young age. She pitched a whole bunch during the regular season. She's got it all.
She's an asset to have on any team because of the fact that she can play a great defense too. You can put her in defensively. You can have her eat up some innings. And then, I mean, what she's done at the plate today, you see how strong she can be offensively.
Danica Coffey. Coffey perfect so far today, 2 for 2. Singled in the first, singled in the third. She was on second base when Danielle Gibson Horton hit her 2-run homer in the 3rd inning. Hit well to left field. Dayton's going back and makes the play. 2 down.
Danica Coffey is just swinging the bat so well. Not just in this game, but we've seen her do that in this series. It's a nice swing, good play by Dayton to go back on that. Not an easy play whatsoever. And again, that wind, I feel like just knocked that down to a little bit more catchable for Dayton instead of over her head.
So it comes down to this. 20 points on the line, 2 outs, bases clear. Sierra Romero, the batter. Sierra's one of those select few players who still has that aura about her. I think all the other players hold her in a certain esteem. Now, this is a league full of some of the best players in the world. But you just say the name Sierra Romero and it rings a little bit differently than most. Just with what she was able to do. She was iconic as a college player.
Could see her step up in yesterday's game. Just veteran, her experience, the mindset, been there, done that, leading these younger players.
Kilfoyle likes that call. 2-2. Called strike 3. Lexi Kilfoyle out of the pen retires Ellis, Coffey, and Romero, and it is an inning win for Team Netz.
With that, your team takes the lead. You bring in Lexi Kilfoyle, 3 up, 3 down to face the top of the lineup. She gets a couple of strikeouts. Team Netz looking good at the end of this game.
Getting ready for Series 4, which will start with a doubleheader on Friday. Another pitching change for Team Coffey. Sarah Willis becomes the 3rd pitcher of the night. Willis will pitch this 6th inning with Team Coffey trailing by a run. It's 3-2. And not only new to the game is Sarah Willis, but also a new right fielder, Allie Newland, comes into the game. Willis's first pitch. Mitches up and in to Morgan Zirkle. Zirkle 1 for 2 with a walk. We saw Willis as the starter in yesterday's game against Team Kowalik. Struggled. Only made it through an inning. Through 42 pitches. Gave up 3 earned runs. Didn't strike anyone out. She was the one who gave up the home run to Kayla Kowalik.
I wonder if Rachel Garcia will go back in. It's a possibility.
She's already come in on 2 separate occasions. Right back to Willis. Drops it. Underhand flip. 1 down. Here are just some of our Labor Day weekend college football games. We start Thursday on ESPN with number 25 Boise State at USF, followed by Nebraska, Cincinnati. Deion Sanders, head coach of Colorado, they're going to host Georgia Tech Friday night. And what about an ABC triple header on Saturday? Capped off by 9th-ranked LSU and 4th-ranked Clemson. Every game is also available on the all-new ESPN app. Not often you see 2 top 10 teams anytime during the season, let alone week 1. Clemson and LSU. Sydney McKinney, 1 for 3.
Sarah Willis has such a unique glove. I've been noticing this, and I don't think I noticed it as much when she had the Bandits uniforms on, because it's kind of Bandits colors, so it just kind of goes with everything. But with the other uniforms, I feel like it pops a little bit more, but that metallic blue, metallic red.
Spider-Man thing.
Yeah. But did she have that in the regular season? Or
I don't remember the regular season, but I saw it when we were in Holly Springs, just outside of Raleigh, a couple of weeks ago. We talked to her about it briefly, and she was all jazzed up about it.
And what does it say right up across her wrist? Could we zoom in on that? It says something. Some bigger letters.
Resilient?
Resilient.
So is she looking down at the pitch com, or is she looking down at the word resilient?
Both. It's a double whammy right there. You get the pitch call, and you remind yourself, I'm going to be resilient. On this pitch, I am resilient.
She wears number 66. That's her number. She is from Ontario, California, which is actually the western terminus of Route 66. Foul, third base side. It'll stay 2-2. So when you're a batter and you know that Willis can bring it low 70s and she's got a changeup that is high 40s, do you just basically say, I'm going to try and hit the hard stuff and then maybe adjust to this changeup if I can figure out it's coming?
Yeah, exactly. You have to pick one, because as a hitter, 48 feels so different than 70 based off of your timing, your rhythm, when you're starting your swing. So that's what you think in your mind. All right, I'm going to sit on this change up, so I go to my 50-mile-an-hour or so approach to have that same rhythm and the timing, or I'm going to need to be a little bit faster, start my load a little bit sooner to get to 70. But where you get in trouble is just being in between, trying to hit 72 and trying to hit 48. It's different with 2 strikes, because then you just have to protect the plate. But before that, you go up with the mindset to take one or the other.
Little number back to Willis. 2 down. Ball hasn't gotten past Sarah here in the 6th inning.
She moves so well, too. She can defend her position very well. 2 very different balls that are hit back at her. Zirkle had a little bit more pop off the bat. Looked like it was going to sneak past her, and then she reaches her glove back behind her and steals the hit. That one being in front of her, moving to the right side. Very athletic.
Here's Tori Vidalis. Homered back in the 3rd inning.
And her ERA always seems higher to me than what I think it's going to be. In the regular season, I think it was around 6 or so, and always seemed higher than how I thought that she pitched or remembered her pitching. And then even now, it's just over 4, but I feel like she's thrown really well when she's been out there. Yeah, giving up some runs here and there, but I think she's thrown really well in this All-Star Cup season.
Change up. Vidalis stayed back on it, but it goes right into the glove of Coffey at 3rd. That's a good inning by Sarah Willis here in the 6th.
And like you were talking about, this Coffey team just fighting and not going away, got them back in it, and they are trying to fight back in again.
That's the only inning that's been won by Team Coffey. Plus 10 back in the 3rd inning. It's been a plus 40 combined so far today for Team Netz. Lifted down the left field line. Dayton runs out of room and actually runs into the fence hard. There's not a fly ball that she didn't think she could make a play on.
Her foot got caught in the fence, too, down there, which has happened a couple of times this season. A little bit of whiplash, too, maybe, with how hard she hit the fence.
Gibson, Horton, Gold, and Garcia batting here in the 6th inning. That's a great start. Gibson, Horton is aboard. The only other time that the leadoff batter reached was in the 1st inning for Team Coffey when Danica Coffey reached. First base runner allowed by Lexi Kilfoyle, who struck out a pair in the 5th inning. Gold's got power. Oh, got her on the arm pad. So that's a hit batter, which is a +8 for Gold. And runners on at 1st and at 2nd and nobody out.
Fully in the batter's box, it looked like.
So for most batters, this is probably a sacrifice situation. Will Garcia bunt? Nope. I wonder how many times in her life she's been asked to bunt and successfully been able to do it.
Let's ask her really quick in between pitches. Run down there. Hey, quick timeout. We need to ask Rachel a question here.
Guilfoyle does induce a bunch of ground balls. Garcia coming out of the right-handed batter's box. Well, could be a double play possibility if she hits it hard to an infielder. One and two.
I think she has her stirrup around her entire cleat and her left foot. I was talking about this the other day watching Odyssey pitch. I think it was her left stirrup that was out from underneath her foot too, so it just was hanging out. And so what she ended up doing was just placing it fully around her entire cleat.
What is that for?
So it doesn't...
Deep down the left field line, foul.
So it doesn't come out again. You know, it is really annoying when it starts out underneath your, like in your shoe, underneath your arch of your foot. But when you're pitching and moving around a lot, it has a tendency to slide up and come out. So it just hangs out. So she just decided to put it around her entire cleat. It's a good eye right there. And I noticed while we were looking at her stirrup, her cleats say a few words. Play, lead, and I think win is the other one.
I agree with all those things, yeah.
With all the different, there's even a tennis racket on there.
Third baseman, McKinney makes the play! Double play! Oh, wow! What a play by Sydney McKinney! And just like that, there are 2 outs.
We were talking about Lexi Kilfoyle working that drop ball. We've seen a ton of double plays this summer. I mean, in almost every single game, I feel like we've seen at least one double play. 70 miles an hour off the bat, so a well-struck ball right to McKinney. Got to her quick, touch 3, go 1. Throws all the way across the diamond, man. And a 1-run game when your team has the lead. What an enormous double play late in the game. Got on her in a hurry. One hopper almost snuck through, but she's playing a little bit off the line. That's where she likes to position herself and back behind the third base bag. So was in a perfect position to grab it.
Way out in front, Muli Pola. He's now down to the count 0-2. I had a game a couple of weeks ago, AUSL All-Star Cup game in North Carolina, and Lexi Kilfoyle gave up 14 hits in a game, but only 1 earned run. Whole bunch of ground balls, got double plays behind her, was able to pitch out of trouble. When you induce ground balls, you can't give up base hits because you're going to get out of trouble with double plays. sprayed right side. Now this is a really good opportunity for Team Coffee, but they're running out of time. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. They're down a run. Best thing you can do in an All-Star Cup game is win. If you win, everyone on your club gets 70 points. That is by far the most points you can earn doing anything. And right now, it's Team Netz's game to lose. Chopper. Foul ball.
Well, and I think maybe Sydney McKinney forgot that there wasn't a force out at third in that
It's
instant.
another double play.
Laughing a little bit. This is a good thing that that was foul, because she was just going to go touch 3 as if it was going to be the 3rd out, and there would not have been an out there.
Kilfoyle's 2nd inning of work. First inning was a breeze. 1-2-3 in the 5th. Softly hit right side. Jennings makes the play, and the side is retired. How about Lexi Kilfoyle? Allows the first 2 batters to reach, and then retires Garcia and Mulipola to end it. Complex, Rosemont, Illinois, on a Tuesday night. Kayla Kowalik texting all her friends, making sure they're watching. Game 2, ESPNU, about 20 minutes after this one ends. Kayla's currently in first place by a wide margin. And right now, Rachel Garcia has not had a monster day. So Garcia's still in the 2nd spot, but hadn't been able to pick up a ton of ground. Garcia really needs Team Coffee to rally and win here in the 7th inning to get a big point boost. But first things first. Got to keep Team Netz down. It's a 3-2 game. Team Netz leading Team Coffee. We're in the 7th inning. Sarah Willis got a 1-2-3 6th. She's back in the circle for the 7th. Tiare Jennings. 1-1.
So many one-run games that we've had. 6 of the 11 games that we've played have been one-run games in the All-Star Cup.
Change up. Jennings tried to way back on it. Pops it up to the 2nd baseman, Romero. Well, if anyone's going to solve the riddle of Sarah Willis, it's Devin Netz. Netz has had some really good at-bats today. Working on the meatloaf special, 2 out of 3. She doubled in the 2nd and scored. She doubled in the 5th and scored. Only time she was retired was in the 3rd, and that was on a splendid defensive play by Anna Gold. In a 3-2 game, the captain for Team Netz has scored 2 runs. That's a confident swing, wasn't it?
She looks great at the plate.
Ball and 2 strikes. Willis replacing Rachel Garcia. The original starting pitcher for Team Coffee was Mariah Mazzone.
Willis has worked her way all the way back up to 9th place on the leaderboard. Netz has gone up 4 spots to 6. Now, of course, 2 other teams still have to play, but you're putting yourself in that position.
Change up. That's a foul ball. Foul ball. Oh, you don't know because still, a decent amount of game remaining. But Netz right now is, I'm thinking MVP 1, MVP 2 at worst with what she's been able to do with the bat in her hands.
Well, and Kilfoyle in this game has gone up 9 spots to 17th place. That's a good jump. Like if you're in the top 20, you're feeling pretty good. If you're in the top 10, you're feeling great. If you're in the top 4, of course, those top 4 finishers will medal. You're feeling awesome.
Wow, look at that changeup. Netz knew it was coming, and she just couldn't swing.
That's a knee buckler pretty much every time she throws it. It is her most used pitch, that changeup is, and it just pops out of her hand 50 miles an hour to freeze Netz, who has swung the bat well today. Makes everybody see people in the background going, wow, that was a good pitch.
Willis, 16 points behind her teammate, Sierra Romero, on that leaderboard. Taylor Edwards lifts it foul territory, and Coffey runs out of room. All right, Amanda, what do you value more? I'm thinking about MVP candidates if the score holds. If Team Netz wins, you got Tori Vidalis, who's 1 for 4 with a homer, and you got Devin Netz, who's 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 runs scored. What's MVP 1?
I'd probably say the 2 doubles by Netz. Yeah.
That's a big difference. MVP 1 is 60 points. MVP 2 is 40 points.
The crazy thing about all of those hits is that they all led off the inning. Both doubles and the home run were the leadoff batters. It's been the only time that they've, back in the 4th, got their leadoff on.
Another beautiful changeup.
Doesn't it make you want to go stand in the box and just see what it looks like coming out of her hand? Doesn't it make you want to be like, I want to know what that looks like as a hitter, especially compared to 71.
I've stood in the box against heat. I remember just down the bullpen one year getting a taste of Monica Abbott when Monica was throwing it mid-70s. So I've seen and heard, basically more heard than seen, what that looks like. Never was, didn't have a bat in my hands. I was just kind of standing there looking at it. But that changeup, it would be fascinating to see what that's like.
Imagine Monica with that changeup that Sarah Willis has, because Monica didn't really throw a changeup a ton, right? Like an off-speed pitch got better later in her career because she just needed to have it. But imagine Monica with a great changeup like what Sarah Willis has.
Two balls and 2 strikes.
It's impressive, that she throws with such good velocity, too. She's not very tall, right? You see a lot of taller, longer pitchers throw with such high velocity. But bringing it 70, 71, 72 consistently.
We've seen she's got the confidence to throw that changeup 3-2. Hit hard into center field. Andrews has it go over her head. Edwards on her way to second. She'll make it with a slide. 2-out double for Taylor Edwards.
What a great at-bat by Taylor Edwards. Gets that outside pitch, hits it exactly where it's supposed to be hit. Right center field. 78 miles an hour off the bat, went 220 feet out of the reach of an Aaliyah Andrews center fielder that can range a lot of balls.
Here's Corey McMillan. Some people out there maybe say, well, geez, you got Edwards on second. That's an important runner. Maybe you pinch run for her. Well, you can't. Back in the 3rd inning, Edwards was on at second, and she was run for by Alchin. Change up. Right side, Romero, inning over. So a 2-out double by Taylor Edwards goes by the wayside. We have one final chance for Team Coffey. It's a 3-2 game here in Rosemont. Here from Rosemont, Illinois, it is a 3-2 lead. Team Netz leads Team Coffey. Lexi Kilfoyle needs to get 3 more outs. Can she do it? Kilfoyle came out of the pen a couple innings ago and has been marvelous. Only gave up a hit to Danielle Gibson-Horton an inning ago. That went by the wayside when she got a double play turn behind her. Aaliyah Andrews will be followed by Well, it's supposed to be Kaylee Harding, but I think it's probably be Allie Newland. And then Sierra Briggs. Oh, and 2 to Andrews.
It's impressive how many times that Lexi Kilfoyle has faced these hitters this summer, and she still continues to get 3 up, 3 down innings and get outs and strikeouts and freeze hitters.
Shortstop Ortez knew that there was a ton of speed coming down the line and can't make the play.
I feel like that should go down as a hit, and the only way that she would have been able to get her is not even if she fielded it cleanly, is if she barehanded this hop. Like, I don't think that there would have been, I think even if she fields it cleanly, she's not able to get her.
Well, the official score agrees with you. It is going to be an infield single, so +10 for Andrews. And here is Allie Newland. First at bat of the day for Newland. Another chance for Ortez, and she can't make it. That's another infield single for Team Coffee.
All continues to find her, and she's just rushing a little bit on these plays, knowing the speed that's in the box, speed that's at first base. She's getting ahead of herself a bit. And now Team Coffee putting themselves in a position where Danica Coffee is going to come up to bat at the top of the order, and she's been seeing the ball very well.
So runners at first and a second. Bree Ellis is the batter. Captain Danica Coffee is walking up behind her, maybe saying, do you feel comfortable bunting? I'll tell you what, Bree Ellis didn't bunt at all as a college player. One of the great power hitters this past spring. This situation screams bunt, but she swings away and bounces it off her front leg. Wow. That's going to make this at bat even more difficult for Ellis. Goodness. Kayla knows what that feels like. She's got a shin guard on, but it looks like it hit her on the knee.
The knee, yeah. Yeah,
oh yeah.
Man. And I would say 9 times out of 10, when a hitter hits it into themselves like that, it's usually against a drop ball, an inside drop ball, that is going to cause that. It's a down movement, a swing that meets it. The one that Kayla Kowalik hit into herself was a very similar height of a pitch and a drop ball. Just Kayla Kowalik is left-handed, but it was inside and just about that same height.
I'm just thinking outside the box. If Ellis can't go on, you got Savannah Jaquish, and that's it. Those are the only, she's the only remaining position player who hasn't played. And Ellis is going to try and stay in the game. Well, does this delay change the strategy for Bree Ellis? Now all of a sudden you say, hey, you know, maybe I will bunt.
I think she's in there to hit. If you wanted a short game, I think you'd put Briggs back in, or you'd have Briggs hit in this position, but I think they want her to swing bat.
And Ellis came on for Briggs back in the 4th inning. She struck out. That was against Kilfoyle. And now going to try and go on. It's 0-1. And she has said enough that Danica Coffee and the facilitator Mia Davidson think that she can stay in.
pain starts to wear off a little bit and you walk around and maybe it just isn't hurting as bad, or maybe you just start to get used to the pain, your adrenaline's running.
I think there's a good chance that she's going to hit a home run that lands right in the lap of Kayla Kowalik.
Oh my gosh.
I just
Can
think
you
it's
imagine?
cosmic. Yeah. Kowalik hit herself with a pitch, a batted ball yesterday, and then hit a home run. The only thing that will top that is if Bree Ellis hits a home run that goes to Kayla Kowalik in left field right now. Oh my goodness! Foul. Kayla's waiting for it.
And if it goes off of the foul pole in left field, like Kayla's.
0-2. That's a good eye.
Poor face. It just looks so sad and in pain. I've known her since she was like 11 or 12 years old. You can just tell that poor little face.
2-2. Ball hadn't left the infield. And runners on at first and at second with nobody out.
So we go back to that drop ball in. Almost hit somebody in the dugout now. Everybody just needs to be on high alert right now. Everybody's getting too injured. We've seen too many tears and just balls into people that hurt.
Two balls, two strikes. Smoked, but foul. It's been like that all summer long. Ellis, her best drives have been foul.
So close.
Swung on and missed. Changeup, 54 miles per hour. One down.
Changeup got her. Out in front of the drop ball end, so they go with the changeup, and she's way out in front of that, but trying to fight through that at bat. I'm sure still feeling a lot of pain in her knee, but a big strikeout for Kilfoyle, and now we'll have to face the top of the order.
Danica Coffey. It's the way that it should be. The captain batting with the game on the line.
She's hit the ball well, too, in this game. Seems like she's seeing the ball big.
Caught by McKinney! 2 down. Ball seems to find Sydney McKinney.
He's like, I don't know. I'm just going to step on a base, see if I can make a double play. Like, I'm just going to just be close to a base and just try to get that second out. That's another well-struck ball, though.
So it comes down to this. Sierra Romero bats with the game on the line. 2 down. Called strike one. Sierra does not agree. Don't make her mad. I've seen it before.
And she might be even more mad because she struck out twice in this game.
Two and one. Now a well-placed ball could score 2 and end this game. Andrews on at second can fly. Newland behind her, super quick. Softly to third, McKinney. Ball game. How about Lexi Kilfoyle? 3 shutout innings out of the pen, and Team Netz, they win a tight 1-run affair.
Another 1-run game. We're going to have another one tonight. We get to see Kayla Kowalik coming up very soon.
So congratulations to Team Netz for winning the game. It's a plus 70 for everyone on the roster. We've got another one coming your way. We're going to have our nightcap. It'll be Team Ricketts taking on Team Kowalik. We're going to take a bit of a break. We'll see you in just a moment right back here in Rosemont. For Amanda Scarborough, Savannah Collins, I'm Eric Collins. See you in a moment.